Welcome back, everyone. There's an organization right in our community that helps those that are a heck of a lot less fortunate than we are. The organization is called SAIL, Southern Adirondack Independent Living. And something really strikes me about SAIL. When you talk about their mission, and you'll see it on this banner right behind, they talk about promoting dignity, independence, and equality. And joining me today is somebody for 9 years who's really been involved in that pursuit. This is Jocelyn Blanchard, who is the Chief of Operations. Welcome, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
Very nice to have you here. I was doing the math 9 years, and I think maybe you just graduated from school 9 years ago. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's my first job out of college.
Well, there are jobs and then there are careers.
Absolutely.
And the difference is your personal involvement and, of course, your passion and something like that. So when you started here, what role did you play? Because you weren't Chief of Operations.
No, I started as the outreach coordinator, and I worked on all the different grants in some capacity, and eventually started the navigator department when that came, and then have been for the last 4 years in administration.
Got you. I'm going to kind of fast forward through a bunch of things here. A lot of people think SAIL, oh, that must be a yacht club up on Lake George. Well, no, it isn't. It's an organization that we really want to raise awareness for. The Navigator program is a perfect example. Yeah. Outside of fact, it's pretty clever if you think about SAIL, right? And also what Navigator does, because it helps you navigate health plans and situations that individuals might be in that just are so challenging for them. We were joking before when we came here, it isn't like you just hop in your car a lot of times and come over here and figure out what the health plan means. People even have challenges getting here. Yeah. So, it just that involvement and that personal attachment is really heightened. It's a lot more. So I think you told me it was 2013, right? Yeah. And Navigator was a grant and it enabled you to start this program. How did you think of it?
So we wrote the grant when it came out from the state, and we said, well, if somebody's going to be helping people get health insurance, we think we could do a good job of that. So we wrote the grant, and when we got it, we said, oh no, now what do we do?
Yeah, right.
Because everything that was coming down was new. So it was kind of like building a plane as you fell through the sky. We were trained on the website before it existed. We eventually figured out things, but it's something that I think we've done a very good job of. We've helped a lot of people with their health insurance, and also we have other grants that supplement it so that if someone doesn't fit the Navigator program, we can help them with their health insurance or their health costs in other ways too.
Boy, it gives new meaning to the word navigator. You can navigate at night or you can navigate through a hurricane. And when I'm thinking about how complex health plans can be just to start with and how frustrating it could be, must be very rewarding. Use the word help a lot.
Yes.
And I noticed when we went online to do some research, sailhelps.org is the name. Give me a bit of background on the word help.
So that came from a visit when I was working for the waiver department, and I went up north to be able to help some people up in a community where they had been referred to the program saying that they needed someone to come figure out what services they were available for them. So I went up to their house and I arrived, and the gentleman there was deaf and did not read lips, and his wife had advanced dementia and wasn't understanding language very well. And actually both of them understood sign language better than they understood verbal communication, but I don't know a lot of sign language. So I stood there and I was like, oh no, what do I do? How do I tell these people why I'm standing at their door? And all of a sudden it struck me and I said, do you need help? I said, I help. And from that moment on, it was like a light bulb clicked. There was this moment where I realized that what people are really looking for, they don't know what service they need, they don't know the details of the program, they don't know who funds it, but they know that they need help. And when they're coming to us, they might have all sorts of questions, they might have a storm going on in their life, and we help them navigate and figure out what services and programs are available to them and help them figure out where they want to go and how to get there.
I can imagine that when you get a reaction like that, that's enough to get up every day for a year.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole idea that these are people that are really struggling for independence. They're struggling for dignity in a way, and all of a sudden you show up at the door and just give them that one, you turn on that light, and that forms that relationship from that point on. I think that in order to help our viewers understand more about exactly the kinds of programs that fall under that banner of help, I noticed an acronym, HEART.
Yes.
And again, it's tied so closely together when you think about sailing through life, you think about navigating challenges in life, you think about providing help for someone. Well, then I would assume that HEART is driving the whole process. That acronym has actual meaning. It
Yep.
stands for things. Tell me what that is.
Yeah, so my new way of describing our services, I've been saying SAIL helps with heart. So H is health programs, and that is helping people get health care needs, whether it's through insurance or other means. E is for the equipment, which we help people borrow equipment here, but we also allow people to figure out other ways to be able to afford equipment or figure out what equipment needs best to meet their needs. We have advocacy, which is helping people access programs and services that might be able to benefit them. And
Resources.
Yep, resources. And those are information services. So we have some experts in the field on things like aging in place and accessibility and other types of systems advocacy. And we can offer training on poverty and other different trainings that we offer, including our Poly Center for Alzheimer's and Memory Disorders.
Wow.
And then transitions is all the transitions, but in particular, we're really good at helping people leave or avoid a nursing home placement.
You know, we're here at SAIL in Queensburg today, and there are other locations. I'm thinking of Boston Spa,
Yep.
correct? Plattsburgh as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, got it. So if you're anywhere in our region here in Saratoga County, Warren County, and heading north up into Essex County, SAIL services are available. I'm going to cycle back on two things because we're here at the Queensbury location today, and I passed by the equipment room, so the E in heart.
Yeah.
And you cannot believe how extensive this department is. There's equipment in this room to help just about anybody with whatever challenge they might have. And I'm thinking about the T for transition also. I mean, there are people who really suffer with challenges their whole life, but there are people who might break a hip. You know, there are people that might, just as they get older, befall something happens to them. And you're very good at being able to offer them those services. And when you think about transition, when someone needs help with a wheelchair, they might need help with a walker, they might need help with a breathing apparatus, that they don't even know how to use them. They don't even know where to source them.
Yeah.
But SAIL is the resource for that. Wow, that's really something.
It makes a big difference for people. We get all the time, we don't know what we would have done if we hadn't come here, and you know, you saved my life, and that it makes a big difference when you're able to work at a place where that you really do have an impact every day.
Well, there are careers and then there's this. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? And you're just a shining example of what this is about. It's really great to talk to you.
Thank you.
Let's kind of close it out with what we think that someone watching this should do.
So if you are someone who needs help, or if you know someone who needs help and you're not sure if we're the right place or where to start, definitely give us a call and we can give you an idea of, you know, if we're not the answer, we might be able to help you find someone who is. And if you're looking for a place to donate time, if you're looking for a place to donate equipment, if you're looking just for a way to connect with the community, we could also be here. So we're looking for all types of connections.
Boy, that's great. Yeah, connections, I think, is the operative word there. I can't make it into some kind of acronym for sailing, but connection works, okay. By the way, I think the website is under construction, so if you go to sailhelps.org, you might see that. We'll put the phone number on the screen also, so that people will be able to reach you if they need to.
And the website is coming soon, so maybe it'll be up when people check. So
I gotcha. Well, terrific. Thank you for inviting us over. It's wonderful
for coming.
talking to you. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.